Hey there, getting my guac on this afternoon. Welcome to the Chips and Salsa Show.
Yes, today, you want to introduce
Well, we have a really good show in store for you today. We have Zina Berlovsky, and she is a naturalized citizen originally from Russia, the Soviet Union, and she's got a fantastic story. She's also very politically aware, a very astute and wonderful citizen of the United States of America, so you will not want to miss her. She's going to start her up in probably the next segment. But I want to tell you a little bit about what we got going on. Soviet Union, and she's got a fantastic story. She's also very politically aware, a very astute and wonderful citizen of the United States of America, so you do not want to miss her. She's going to start her up in probably the next segment. But I want to tell you a little bit about what we got going on. Soviet Union, and she's got a fantastic story. She's also very politically aware, a very astute and wonderful citizen of the United States of America, so you do not want to miss her. She's going to start her up in probably the next segment. But I want to tell you a little bit about what we got going on. And she's got a fantastic story. She's also very politically aware, a very astute and wonderful citizen of the United States of America, so you do not want to miss her. She's going to start her up in probably the next segment. I want to tell you a little bit about what we got going on. And she's got a fantastic story. She's also very politically aware, a very astute and wonderful citizen of the United States of America, so you do not want to miss her. She's going to start her up in probably the next segment. I want to tell you a little bit about what we got going on.
And I had met him a long time ago. Oh, I don't know you. And he brought his daughter and I had met him a long time ago. Oh, I don't know you. What's going on? Our show last night. And I brought his gold is very precious. So I think one positive thing to do is the nation and really realize gold is precious. It's too bad it's very expensive. I don't like it. And I think that gold is very precious. So I think one positive thing is the nation and going early, you could have gone the right and go back.
Yeah, they wouldn't give it provisional because every person has every person is given that opportunity to make mistakes and then have it corrected and then become They do count. I was at I worked for Helen at one of the downtown their office, and I had to do 30 back direct count. It's done with Republican on one side, Democrat on the other side, and it's done very methodically. They count. They all count. That numbers have to match. I worked for one of the provisional ballots, and it's disqualified. It goes to a different stack. It's checked by somebody else. Maybe the person's signature didn't match, or they voted twice or something. That goes to
They have a signature, and they have a card that
if there's a problem, it's disqualified.
you see, that's the other thing, say that I got your ballot and you signed it. When they check the ballot, they look at that signature.
There's too many to check out, but I think if there's a problem, when it comes to
So it was a great show, and the check was doing well. And we have 2 minutes. Jim was also shown here with Alice Stein and Joyce. So it was a great show, and the sound was really good as well. And just on more
Say what?
This is a problem, Sonia.
I thought we.
The film is still on.
Tweaked your mic a little bit, but.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to. Yeah, it's supposed to take that off.
you have a different mic.
Is it still
Same mic?
No,
Try
this one
to
is a haze.
work with what I got. Yeah.
Oh, it's delayed.
No, this one,
Yeah,
yeah, on here,
I got a few seconds
I
to
can
line
kind
up.
of turn up the gain a little bit.
It doesn't auto adjust in that.
No,
Try to.
this is just not a high resolution. This one's a lower resolution.
It's delayed.
No, this one, yeah, on here, I can kind of turn up the gain a
This
little
is a different camera though.
It's not a different one.
Yeah.
But this one is. It doesn't auto adjust in that. We can,
This is just not a high resolution.
hardware. It's delayed.
bit. This one, yeah, on here, I can kind of turn up the gain a little bit.
And then if the range is tracking, it'll get the haze because it's very much
High resolution.
a lot of things do the other broadcast.
Yeah, but you still want the 2 screens on there, or you tell me to go down to 1?
I always thought it was kind of better the way camera one is. They like to have enough room. Yeah, right now, that one's picking all 3 of them. It's not picking up all of them. Okay, well, maybe like that. Keep looking at what you're doing, see how it looks. We'll look at it.
All right, 1 minute.
Now we're gonna see yours.
I'll just download it.
Right now, okay, I'm gonna pick all 3 of them. It's not picking up all of them. I get that. Well, maybe like that.
Yeah, the only thing is, well, you know, I can put it on your.
1 minute.
Well, yeah, when you came in, so now we're gonna see what
Are you using that as a mic?
It should pick up on here though, because it's
30 seconds.
When did you become a citizen?
You know, audio now is not really that great. Yeah, but see, so you can do on your.
it should pick up on here though, because it's
30 seconds. All right, 10 seconds, stand by.
pick up on here though.
You certainly can listen every Saturday here at 4 p.m. on Central City Radio, King FM. I'm Alice Lara, and here in the Molcajete is Mr. Jungle. Give some things. You certainly can listen every Saturday here at 4 p.m. on Central City Radio. And please tell your friends about Alice Lara and our conservative Latinos. We're trying to give a voice to even though we have two Latino candidates in the my mighty friends about Alice Lara and our conservative Latinos. One of our mics and we're sorry about that. I want to introduce him to a very good friend of mine, Sonia Salsa S. And I met her a few years ago. I got engaged in politics. And Brad's been a good buddy. Actually, my wife is really Catholic. And we started to Brad's in. I want to introduce him to a very good friend of mine who tells her story. Not just something story. And Brad's at your phone. And she came to the United States when Sonia started in 1985 years ago to a naturalized citizen. She has a wonderful story and a true understanding of communism versus capitalism. So we're going to talk to her about her story first, and we have all kinds of politics questions to ask her. Welcome, Zena. Okay, how's that? Here's the mic check for you. So you came to the United States in 1987. When did you, how long were you in the Soviet Union?
Oh, well, my life. I was born, raised, got education.
Do you mind if you say that? Not to be rude against your age.
Well, I was born in 1942, so I am 73 years old.
Right, when you started in 1941.
Yes, got
So you experienced a lot of what was going on during World War II. You were a baby against your age. Tell us a little bit about your life here. I know we just have a few minutes. Give us a short little story.
Before I was born, raised, got education, successful, and from a very early childhood.
Tell us a little bit about your life here. I know
Childhood, in the before I was born, raised, got education, social, very early childhood. We early childhood from the daycare from his group, school to university and colleges. It was constantly non-stop indoctrination. So we became in school, the teenagers started to understand how bad the system was. It was, everything was a lie. The whole system of the Soviet Union was based on terrible corruption, lies, and that's how we were raised on the system was. It was, later on we became aware of the terrible system that we lived to.
How did you realize, when did you first become aware and why and how that there was something else different than
later on we became aware of the terrible system that we lived to.
How did you realize, when did you first become aware and why and how
very gradual understanding of the system when you became a little more mature and we started to understand that all about well for. our teacher to the life, our parents never told us the truth. They were lying, but they were telling the truth because they were afraid to say anything that was against the government main line. That the best things in the world is technology. So, our parents and our teacher would not tell us the truth because they were afraid for themselves and for their families. I do know that my other cousin and her husband each spent 16 years in Soviet labor camps, only after the Joseph Stalin death in 1953. They came back home, but they never ever said anything about it. So it was absolutely that silence and only the a little bit pieces about truth started coming up and people started to realize that the silence was a terrible political system, and all of us were living in a huge reason and call it the Soviet Union.
And how were you able to leave the Soviet Union and come to the United States?
Well, I left it as a Jewish refugee in 1957. Before I left in 1986, I was
How were you able to leave
so I was a refugee.
So you had to, did you apply?
Yes, I did.
And did you by yourself or your whole family?
I applied with my daughter, and I came to the United States with my daughter.
And you had to, you had to, did you apply?
Yes.
What's your daughter, what kind of work did she go
By
into?
yourself or your whole family?
Your daughter, what did you how old is she?
When we left Soviet Union, she was 17 years old. And so
What's your daughter,
she's
what kind of
living here.
work did she do? What kind of work does she do?
She and her husband, they own
How old is she?
the business.
Oh, okay, so they went into
She was 17.
business, which is good. That's what this country's all about, is, you know, people coming from other countries and trying to get into business or work for somebody and making themselves better. So that's good. I'm glad to hear that. And her husband, did she meet her husband here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Business, which is good. That's what this country is all about. You know, it's good.
We need like about 3 hours to tell her true story.
Get into business.
A while back, we went to a couple who maybe had Zena, and we had Zena. Vivian invited visitors from Cuba, and also Joey Heskett from England. And they had a similar story coming to the United States. About 3 hours to tell her everything that they'd experienced. A while back, all ideas, even before we got the show started, you were telling me, Vivian invited you to visitors from Cuba. And also
Yes,
and they had a similar story.
really terrified of what everything going to experienced in my ideas. Whatever is happening here, I cannot help, but I always compare to my experience in the Soviet Union, and this is something that bothers me very, very much. So, and I have two grandchildren here, one is 18 years old, another is 16 60 years old. And I'm really thinking that it's about God that we get here in this country.
Well, when we come back in our next segment, I do want to ask you specifically about them and if they understand. Because one thing about having your grandfather, your grandmother alive, is they tell you the stories, or your parents even, they tell you the stories in history that you may not learn on your own because they have that first-hand experience. So don't go away because when we're right back, I'm Ellen Slaughter with Georgia Things, and then Lou's just got here too. Well, he has one thing we're talking here on the Chips and Salsa Show, Central City Radio. For your parents who tell you the stories that
You can sit over here so I can.
Sure.
Yeah, it sounds like your mic game is going way up.
So what?
I said it sounded like the mic game was like over
On George's? Oh, the feedback? I think it was the headphones. It's always, usually it's always the headphones that are too loud, and it goes into the mic, yeah. That's usually the
Yeah, because
case.
I have a Behringer 24 channel and one of the Mackies,
Uh-huh.
and we had to, what we had to do is turn all the reverb and everything on the, it's more complicated than this, but put them where it's straight audio and then go straight to vocal, and then that way it like shortens the frequency, so you don't get the higher end that you're not going to get, you know, the vocal frequency is much smaller, and not so much spectrum there, so
Yeah, and see,
so I had to adjust that for our straight audio and go straight to vocal, and then that
my
way.
knowledge on these is very limited. I'm like, okay. I just learned a little bit of that. Wow.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, usually there's a mid-range, a high, a low.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's your gain right here. So those, yeah, you got it. Okay, this one's off. This one's cranked pretty high. That one's good. Yeah, all of these are cranked pretty high. This one is off.
That one's going to be short.
Oh, okay.
His mic will probably be, yeah.
Yeah, right now you got the gain all the way out.
So far, see, over the app, it sounds pretty decent.
That's what I was wondering what it was, because yeah, because even your mid
That one's
are pretty high. Because usually what we do on all of them is go central, you know, so everything's steady right here, not overmodulating or undermodulating. And then we have a speaker that, you know, talks really softly like she does. Then on those, you crank it with the tab up.
You got the kind of middle.
Yeah, I can't hear what's being transmitted, but I know the feedback on the headphones I was listening to, it was being overmodulated. You hear the high pitch, yeah, that was over. Like the mic gain was too high. Just my 2 cents right now. This is your studio, not mine.
Oh, it sounds good.
Take all the mic. Just want to be a helpful, I don't want to be a hindrance.
It's helpful.
It's no, you can't only
Just my 2 cents.
So we all know.
Yeah, so just go like mid-range on all of them.
Like all the way.
Yeah, so you're basically at neutral.
Okay. 10 seconds, y'all. 10 seconds. I'm gonna adjust the volume.
Yeah, and then George's is still off. Yeah, so just go like mid-range on all of them.
Like all the way.
Yeah, so you're
Alright,
basically
come
at
back.
neutral.
10 seconds, y'all. 10 seconds. Stand by. I'm gonna adjust the volume.
I always like to think that we're wearing fancy. Yeah, George is here always has great.
Yeah, so just go like mid-range on all of them.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, so you're
Hey,
basically
it
at
strikes me like this is not.
10 seconds, y'all.
Hold on.
Stand by. I'm gonna adjust the volume.
Okay, and our wonderful guests, we're wearing fancy. Yeah, George is here always. I'd like to take you about last sort of cold. Last cold is 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 4, 6, 7, 8. And that is the two Daniel family,
Stand by.
Donald, and our wonderful Johnny W. They have 4 60s here. I'd like to take you about last sort of cold. Where's that at? Letter
number 4, hope.com. And our organization, the organization it's on is Life Choices. What they do is they help pregnant women. They're very pro-life organization, and this is for any fundraiser that they do. And in fact, if you listen to us on Friday night, and I'm giving away tickets, and our organization tickets are $26. So if you call in next Friday night, you can win tickets. That's what, and it's $2. It's wonderful, right? And in fact, that is what's on the Friday night, Life Choices Win. That is LC Goats, CAZ, $26. LC Goats. If you call in next Friday night, CAZ.tickets, and that is going to be, where is the, you asked me where it was, and I think there's something there. It's not saying where it is. That's probably if I take us to tickets, it was called where it's going to be. Well, we'll come back to that when we find out. It's here it is. Xavier College Prep, Virginia, G. Plastic Performing Arts Center. And that's here in Phoenix, 4710 North 5th Street. So, if you know what, if you want to email me, maybe we can give you some tickets. Well, we'll come back to that with Alice at Chips and Salsa Show. We're going to try to have her on either next Friday or Saturday morning. We're going to have Sonia, can you say that one? It's Bruce Zinski. So, Brzezinski. And she was actually like a PR director. She could tell us all about this organization. So we just want to give them some love, and we're going to come back and give her more love to when we left our last segment, she was saying that she has a couple of grandchildren she's very concerned about because she was actually change our names. Do you think that they could give them some love? She doesn't understand. Do you think they understand what might be really happening in the country? We left our last segment.
I think they do because when we get together, I talk with my daughter and they listen to that. And I'm very happy that my granddaughter, actually she's 19 years old, and it was the first time she voted this time. Yes, and
did she go conservative, you know?
yes, she was my daughter. Yes, and so, but I think the boy, who's 16 years old, he's a little bit more conservative. And
did she go conservative?
He has told me the other day he was very upset that his classmates. So, but I think they are very, very liberal and don't understand things here. And I said to him, you cannot be upset because that's not their fault. They were never told about anything. This is our classmates. And they were taught at school different things. Unfortunately, in American school, they be upset because that's not their fault. Teachers told about not to teach history and they were taught at school.
And the history, you're saying the real history, is that the real history about Russia, the real history of the United States, and
I would say both the United States and the Soviet Union, because they have no idea what was going on in the Soviet Union, how the Soviet Union came into existence, and what happened after the Russian Revolution that was almost 100 years ago. What happened to the people, how much suffering went through all those almost 100 years, what happened after the revolution, how many people starved to death.
are you talking under like Stalin?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. How many millions starved to death? How many millions were sent to the labor camps and were working as a slave, building the whole Soviet industry? Nobody knows
Are you
about it
talking under
because
like
nobody
Stalin?
teaches.
What would,
Yes, I am.
I know that when we were in war with Germany, they had that, what they call the Russian front. Is that like punishment for people, like soldiers, would have to be sent to the Russian front? Is that because it's always a term is they used to use the Russian front and with the boundaries before with Germany, they had that what they call the Russian front. Is that like punishment for people, like soldiers, would have to be sent to the Russian front? Because it's always a term they used to use the Russian front.
They consisted of the prisoners of the labor camp. And it was a special name for those battalions. They were actually Red Army could call them death battalions. They descended from those children.
So that's what they term as a Russian front, was it?
No.
Because it seemed like a punishment when people say, yeah, we're sending you to the Russian front. It was like a form of punishment, like the worst to worst. We're sending you to the worst part of the battle. Yeah, well, maybe that's the way we got it here.
You know, I remember being in high
It seemed
school,
like a punishment when people say, yeah,
they
we're
actually had
sending you to
notes,
the Russian front.
and you
It was like a
went
form
through
of
and you did all
punishment,
the different
like the
forms
worst
of
to worst.
totalitarianism
We're
and
sending you to the worst part of the battle.
and it makes me think that today they aren't, based on
Maybe
the
that's the
grandchildren.
way we got
Do
it
they have those
here.
courses available? Are they? Maybe they're taking them because they
Like a punishment.
I
they actually have
understand
one
this because I understand that they put more emphasis on sex education than the history of the war. That is,
maybe they're taking them
it
because
is, although this is like people of any country who don't know history are doomed because history repeats itself through generations. This is like from millennia to millennia, the history repeats itself. So if people don't know history, they are doomed.
I wanted to ask you, I'm sure that you heard our own president was I'll ask the question when we come back, you can answer it. Our president was in Cuba and he went to Argentina and he was talking to young people in school. And he was basically saying, you know, whether it's capitalism and socialism or communism, kind of they get a bad name. Really, you know, be practical and just choose which one works for you. And I couldn't believe our president was saying this. It would just boggle my mind. So I'm sure you have some thoughts about that and other things in politics. We can talk about that when we come back here. So please hang tight. Jordi Gris, Luz Maria, Analistada, and I couldn't believe our president was saying this. It would just boggle my mind. So I'm sure you have some thoughts about that and other things.
It was a regular
Is that better, Jimmy?
Please hang tight.
Yeah. Perfect. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, a lot of those, you just have to, especially on these, I don't want to say cheaper, but the lower end ones, they're really sensitive. As you go out to the 12 and the 24, the big Behringer that I have, some of those will have issues, especially when they have a firmware issue. They have to do a speed for it. So if you're using USB, I don't know if they ever get their feedback on those.
My goal is hopefully maybe by the end of the year is to get an actual radio console. That's already wired the way it's supposed to be. It's not, you know, all these titles.
Hey, you know, I mean, a lot of a lot of the YouTubers still use these or those little 2 channels. So they were experimental, you know.
They happy with it, that's fine. But I worked here 18 years, I'm like, I gotta have buttons, I gotta song. You know what I mean? I can't do any of that, you know, all these titles.
Stuff like that. Never dealt with the radio.
I gotta get your
Yeah.
Edna,
Maybe try to come.
good to see you. How you doing? Very well. Hey, sir. Good to see you, man. No. You got to remind me. Matter of fact, I gotta get your card again because we gotta get you on the air. Oh yeah. 1 minute. 1 minute. Put you. Oh, okay. That's a good. That's a good radio right there. Hear about that? I gotta get you on the air. All right. So we have here. 1 minute. 1 minute. Oh, okay. All right, 30 seconds. All right, 10 seconds. Stand by. All right, we're back in. All right, 10 seconds. Stand by.
There it goes.
All right, we're back in.
This is Dallas Lana, and you're listening to the Juice Salsa Show. Sorry about that. We're getting our technical people on here. And
All right, 10 seconds. Stand by.
we're asking our guests as we go from the Soviet Union, came here in 1987. This is Dallas Lana, and you're listening to the Juice Salsa Show. Sorry about that. And I was asking her about the recent presidential comments that were made in Argentina. And you know, capitalism, socialism, communism. Just go ahead and be our guest and choose whichever one. We talked about that. I'm going to go to the comments from what's and I was asking her about the recent comments on business in Argentina. And you know, capitalism, socialism, communism. Just go ahead and be our guest and choose whichever one.
Everybody who lives in any socialist country, be it the former Soviet Union or North Korea today or China today, people live in large prisons. Everybody is a slave in any socialist country. There is no freedom in socialist countries. The only equality that people are talking about is to live equal, miserable lives.
You're saying there's no higher class, middle class, lower class?
There is a higher class. It's a government. And the government has everything. Government has its own hospitals, its own shops, its own resort. The middle class is the rest of the people. And they work for the little money and they really barely survive.
So what about if you're a business owner?
There is no business owners in any socialist. Everything belongs to the government. The land, the factories, the schools, the shops, everything belongs to the government. There is no ownership.
So when you look at pictures in the socialist country, where you see shops, the shops are owned by people?
Everything belongs to the government. I can talk about the Soviet Union. In the Soviet Union, any shop, any factory, any school, any hospital, you name it, everything belongs to the government. And each and every person was working for the government. I can talk about the Soviet Union.
So those people that running the shops, they're not making a little extra, they're working, it's all the same.
Everything belongs. Well, it depends on what shop you work. Each and every person. Again, I can talk about the Soviet Union. in the Soviet Union. So the socialist regime, whoever worked in the shop could sell something on the side, under the table, get a little bit more money. That's how a little bit more money would come into the hands of the people.
You said that you still have relatives that live in the shop.
I do have some relatives, but I decide not to under the table, get a little bit more money. That's how a little bit more money will come into the hands of the people.
The fact to me that we actually have a committed socialist running and the Democratic running, he says he's a Democrat. It's amazing all the support that he is getting.
Here again we come to the education system.
A lot of it's students.
Young people
Exactly right. They want everything for free. But they can have everything for free.
it's amazing.
But the only thing they won't have is a freedom. The only thing that is not for free is freedom. And whatever they want at home, they will never get it. Because if they get it, we all here will be placed. The human system as we were in the Soviet. But it will never happen here.
We wouldn't have the freedom to go out and protest. We wouldn't have the freedom to talk against the government. That would be suppressed. News would be suppressed.
I've heard some people talk about how the FBI, they believe sometimes our FBI is actually the KGB.
We wouldn't have the freedom
No, I
to go
cannot
out and protest.
FBI.
To talk against the government. That would be, when you became a citizen, when you came over, you took the oath of citizenship. You were very proud to become a citizen. Yeah, and I see that with a lot of immigrants. Took the oath and swore allegiance to the United States. And they were so proud when they put their hand up. They're proud to this day. When you came over, they became citizens. And I think that that's what Donald Trump and all the other ones that say that they don't have to take the oath. And some of them have told me, I'll never take the oath. And there's a big difference between that and immigrants that come here legally and become citizens and own businesses. And I think that even the ones that don't own businesses that work for people, they are so proud to be citizens. Whereas illegal immigrants don't have to go through that. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, because that's all people are saying as a citizen. It's okay to come over here as an immigrant. Even the ones that don't own them, they are so proud to be citizens.
I've often thought, I wish there was more voices out there to talk about both, because it's not a
People don't understand.
to do that. Even though you came here as a refugee. And you probably follow those situations there again. The Border Patrol is not being allowed to do its job. And that certainly must be a concern for you as well.
It is very much of my concern. 3 years ago, I went to the border. There were 20 people arriving. And what I've seen, it was just amazing. The war
And that certainly must be a concern for you as well.
completely open. Make a little bit back and forth. 3 years ago, I know there are 20 people a lot of Mexicans. I know a lot of people in Mexico. I know that's what I know is make a little bit back and forth. I know how to come here, what you do. I know they told me that. A lot of Mexicans. And I know a lot of it is air and that's what I know is you can't live everywhere else. You not get out here. I don't know what this is. A lot of things. Now, you know what the air is so bright. And they can't do that. We have hundreds of people going to Mexico. More than 100.
They're saying a large amount of Syrian, there's a lot. And they don't know who they are. Now, I have a lot of friends that are Mexican. People Mexican. There's some that are true patriots. They're scared because they can't do but they will take you. They're saying they will gladly take Syria. And then there's always a guy. So it's like this, you got 200,000. They're both the same, but I know personally that now they're just like Shalom. So it's like you have to you got the ones that are
All right, stand by.
freedom and peace with joy. Looking at your house, people who read and then to Russia, little suffering, most of the life, most of the land. What's your opinion how about all of so thankful Russia, your emotions see a country just change. It's a very amazing communism of Russia for Nazis. They left power. And the power is everything for them. That's why any totalitarian regime wants to take guns away from I'm afraid which has a fantastic great hour and I might do an after the show, you know, right to YouTube, Sonia Salsa S. Good night, everyone.